Hello, my bullet journaling friends. We are coming today with my Christmas planner slash December planner. I am in a A5, right? Yeah, A5 Scribbles That Matter journal, and my last video went over that cover page you just seen, that monthly, which is my regular monthly, my 25 days of Christmas, and my Elf on the Shelf calendar. So definitely check that out. I will put it up in the eye above. Today we are going to be setting up my countdown to Christmas doodle page, my meal plan page, and my Christmas gift tracker pages. But before we get started here, I just wanted to remind everybody, definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new, and thank you guys so much for coming along. And yeah, if you have been here before, thank you for coming back, and definitely hit that thumbs up button. So, all right, so we just put in a grid that was 4x6, I think, for my 25 days or 24 days to Christmas. I am not sure exactly what the doodles will be at this point. I might find like a list of doodles and put it in here, either maybe in the front or I don't know, do a flip out. I'm not sure exactly yet, but I just wanted to get this page set up. And then we are just using my Papermate Flair for that countdown to Christmas. And then this is actually the pen that comes with the Scribbles That Matter books to do, because I don't have a fine line one right now. All of my fine liners have died, or they just are no good anymore. So I'm using these ones and making some bubble letters, which I am absolutely horrible at, but again, I am preaching right now, practice makes perfect, and making them into candy canes. So that is what we're doing here. I would love to know if you guys have started setting up your Christmas planner. Let me know in the comments below. If you have, what type of pages are you looking to put into it? And what are some special pages that you're putting into it? Because I'm always looking for some different pages in this planner to put in, as it is definitely a more special setup for myself. I don't normally go all out for all of my spreads, as you know, I try and keep it as functional as possible. But for Christmas, we definitely need all of the things, and it's special, including the gift tracker that is coming up. It will be my first Dutch door system that I've ever tried. I definitely want to try and put more Dutch doors into my regular planning setup. Whenever I was in this size of a planner, I just always have been like, I need the most space possible, and did not want to cut my pages down. Plus, I've just always felt like it was like a waste of pages. But sometimes in my B5, I do have plenty of space. And I think that in my B5, we will be trying it next year. So I'm kind of excited for that. All right, you see me try out several different red markers there. At the end of it, I was like, oh, forget it. And just kept it. It's no big deal. It's like the inside of that page, so it is. All right, so here it is. Here is my gift tracker list type thing. So it will be like the list of things that I want to get for each family member, plus like what I have gotten for them, and like to check it off. So I seen this kind of idea. The person that I got this idea from, or the Pinterest idea, had this amazing bow though, and I'm just not that great of an artist, so I chose a wreath, and just kind of like hand drew this wreath. You're gonna see it gives me a little bit of trouble, but again, I stuck with it, and I do love how it comes out. You're gonna see I'm gonna grab the lid to one of my candles, as I needed like that perfect circle to keep it circled. And so I'm just going around making simple leaf patterns, or simple leaves, and putting some like poinsettias and like little holly berries in there. And I think it turns out great. The Dutch door will come in the next page, as I'm going to cut off the top of that so that each time you flip to a new page, which will include both of my children and my husband on the other ones. This is going to consist, this one will consist of my husband's family on one side and my family on the other side. So each tag is going to represent a different person. And then the following pages will represent one person, obviously, as I get more for my children and my husband than I do for, you know, our nieces and nephews and all that kind of stuff.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree.
Alright, so here is where I'm going to start trying to cut out those Dutch doors, but I'm like, oh wait, I put banners on the other side of these to hold the names of the person that the page is for, and I really need to draw those in and cut around those first before I go and cut that off. So there we go. I have been practicing lots of banners. Every time you see that, that's me. Like, I can't find something. I get so bad at like putting things down and never being able to find it again. But yeah, still using that red Tombow marker. That number is the one that I've been using this whole setup. It is 847. I will put that, of course, in the description below. All of my supplies will be linked below that I can at least link, including stamps and any markers other than the numbers of like my Crayola tips that you just seen me use. Unfortunately, Crayola tips don't have numbers on them, so I can't tell you exactly what color I'm using. So, all right, there is my Dutch door, and guys, it literally almost turns out perfect. I could have put that list a little bit higher. As you see me go right there, I'm like, oh, it was almost perfect, and I really didn't think about that word list before I wrote that, or that it would show through type thing. So that was my bad. My red lines were just a little bit rough, so I was like, you know what, just putting a thick black line will clean that up a little bit. Sometimes if it's not perfect, you guys just think about ways of how to clean it up a little bit. Putting a border, putting some washi tape down will definitely help you clean up those lines a little bit. So there's a little tip on how to make it look a little bit cleaner. And as you can see, I'm like filling in the rest of the red so that happens. Next part is, oh, actually, I forgot that I hadn't colored this in. So we are going to color this in with that unfortunate green color that I absolutely love. I swear I will go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and match this marker one day to figure it out. I'm probably going to need a new one of these markers actually soon, as I use this green so much in Christmas and in regular spreads that I'll probably need a new one here soon anyways. But yes, so it's still just using that green marker, and then the red will be, I believe, going back to that 847 for this wreath.
So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols again. with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh.
Now I am just filling in the rest of my little banners there. Unfortunately, I had made a mistake. That first one was supposed to be my husband's name, but really, I was like, this actually worked out better because both of my kids are then, kind of side by side, and I can kind of sit there and compare. I like to try and make their gifts as even as possible. It gets harder and harder every year, of course. So it is nice that they are pretty close to each other. I just didn't want my husband to be the last one. It is what it is, but so just finishing that up. I believe at the end of this, once I am done, I still need to cut that Dutch door, as you're going to see, I believe, right here. But I believe I have to like flip and write my husband's too. It looks like I'm going to fill in all of these tags. I go back and forth, guys. I get bored at doing something, so then I go and do something else and come back to other things. So, just filling in all these tags. These tags were very roughly sketched in here. So you're going to see where the tags don't line up exactly with my sketches, of course. But yeah, we're just going to write in all these tags. And like I said, I already wrote down everybody that I needed to buy gifts for, and each person has a tag. I have yet to find a stencil. I do not want to just draw a circle because I stink at circles. I need to find my bullet journaling stencil, and I just make a mess of something right there. I'll use whiteout later to get that up, but I just went on. But I need to find a stencil for a little circle to finish off these tags. So I still have yet to do that either, and so you won't see that, but
Making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again. To see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire, chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December is, when the
all right, guys. Well, I did finally finish that one up, but that spread definitely, even though it is more than, a spread, I guess I should say, it's a couple pages long. Definitely was probably one of the longer ones in this setup. My weeklies will probably take me a little bit longer. Again, I'm perfectly fine with taking a little bit longer on these pages, as this time of year is just very special to me, and I enjoy it. So though my weekly spreads and spreads in my every other month journal is not as elaborate as these, that is why I've started my bullet journal way earlier for December, because I knew that this setup would take me a pretty long time. I think I've counted the pages, and I am at this point, let me count, about 45 pages into my spread. So for 1 month. And yeah, I don't use that many pages in a regular month. And I do feel like there's probably going to be a few more pages that I come across that I would like to do, or just need to take notes for, something along those lines. So, but that's why I did go a little bit smaller, because I knew that I was going to have this many spreads, and doing that many in a B5 would definitely be overwhelming. So, but I'm having fun, and so have fun with it. All right, so the next one that we've moved on to is my meal plan. I do a meal plan every month in my bullet journal, and so December is no different. If anything, it's even more important because we are busy. And I want to have things planned out. I don't want to be in the stores in December, especially the grocery store. So come after Thanksgiving, once, things are replenished, I will go through by the month of groceries and be able to stay out of the store as much as possible. So here, what I did is I just masked off a spot where I am going to put the title, which will be meal plan. And I am using these Lawn Fawn gingerbread stamps. I don't know where I put them right this second. Oh, here they are. Like, I don't know where I put them. Yeah, so they are How You Bean is actually what they're called. I have no idea what that means. But I will link those below. I did get these off of Amazon, though you can go on the Lawn Fawn website and get these stamps. Oh, well, maybe you can't get, these might be old ones. So maybe they won't be available there, but they were still on Amazon, so I will link them here. They are little gingerbreads and like little cookies. They're so adorable. The only thing that I did not realize is that there was no filler for the actual gingerbread. So I thought that was kind of different. But there is a filler for the tree, star, and the bell. So I kind of just colored in my gingerbread. But the cutest thing about this little stamp set is that it comes with little faces for the gingerbread for you to fill in. And it's so sweet. So they do have a couple of add-ons that you can get with this. But they're a little bit smaller, so I don't think I will be using those in my planner. I think I'm going to be sending those ones back. But yeah, these were super cute, and I have seen some gingerbread spreads on Pinterest, and so that's where I kind of got the idea from, but I was not confident in my doodling skills yet. Maybe after my doodle challenge, I will be more confident. And so I used this. I am using 2 inks by Close to My Heart, as you can see up top. One is Saddle, and the which is the darker one, and the lighter one is Champagne. And those two I felt worked perfectly for the color of like gingerbread cookies. And lastly, we are just going to put in my title, which was just a simple, basic lettering, but with like a little bit of ombre. And I did use a color that matched that gingerbread color pretty darn well, if I can find it. Here we go, which is number 992. And then just did an outline to make it pop a little bit. I felt like this page definitely needed a little bit more. And then I will also use that same color to line the top of these boxes pretty much. Yeah, and that page will pretty much be wrapped up. I kind of love it. I don't know if I will, color in the other ones. I'm not sure. But for right now, that's perfect. All right, so next is I am moving on to my cleaning schedule, and that will be the last spread of this setup, and then I will put out another video next week to cover the weeklies and then the journaling setup of this. So definitely, if you haven't yet, subscribe so that you are notified when that does go up. So the reason why this spread takes me a little bit longer is because originally, first of all, my ink was getting everywhere today or this day, and I was getting kind of upset about it. I wasn't wiping off my ruler enough, and my little baby wipe was not wet enough to get some of the ink off, so I was smudging, and I'm like, ugh, but it'll be fine once I start filling this in. So this is definitely important to me, as I really would love to keep a good track of what I'm cleaning and when I'm cleaning, and some accountability to myself during this time, so that I'm not going crazy cleaning the day before Christmas, right? I will be heading into December usually with a pretty decently clean house, because I do host a Thanksgiving a couple days after Thanksgiving. But for the most part, I would love to keep it that way. And this is the way that I found to hold myself a little bit more accountable. So I have made daily things that I would like to do, including making my bed. And this is a little bit of a habit tracker also. Honestly, it's not so much of a cleaning schedule on this side. But making my bed, drinking water, and at least going for a walk, if not going to the gym. I really need to get back on my gym mode. And it's just been a struggle lately. So I was writing out this little habit tracker calendar. Guys, this was probably the worst tracker I've ever seen in my entire life. It came out so horribly, and I sat there and I'm like, what are you doing? You literally just bought calendars off of Amazon, stamp calendars, and it will make this spread look so much better. So here I am going to the back of my journal, because remember, this is just a Christmas planner, and when you do mess up, this is the best way to kind of cover your mistakes, is to go to the back of your planner and cut off a chunk and re-put it on your planner, and then it's like it never even happened. You barely can see it, especially if you run it into those edges. Bam, look at there. And there are the perfect stamps that I have no idea why I wasn't using. So I bought these to start planning or setting up my future log for my 2023 planner. And then I was like, oh, duh, you should have been using these the whole time. So I know a ton of shops sell these, but I think they were like $6 on Amazon. Again, I love stamps, and I buy tons of stamps, but they get expensive, guys. And so anytime I can find something on Amazon that works well for me, I'm definitely going to do that. So I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to decorate this page, and then I remembered, Karen, you need to use your washi. Like, you told yourself you were going to use your washi. You have so much Christmas washi, it's unbelievable. And this is the perfect way to get those Christmas plaids in there that you love. So here it is. I have no idea where this washi came from. Sorry. Most likely Hobby Lobby, Michael's, one of those two. And just put a little tab, and that way then this will be the side of my budget planner, so it will be perfect. I think that my sinking funds will be over there. So that will spruce that page up a little bit. I love it. Now just working on the title of this, and I decided that I wanted to do like a little cutout of, bigger font type thing. So I put some washi tape down to mask it, and then used a Crayola red marker to just write this out with long capital letters pretty much. And then it will not go in there, so that I can do some scripting. Do I love how it turned out? No, it is what it is. It's okay. It's a cleaning schedule. And then I will also go through later and put the daily places, and each day will get a room so that it's not overwhelming, because that is my number one thing, is I just get overwhelmed with the cleaning if I leave it to all one day, or I just get bogged down somewhere right around in there. So If I just do a little bit every day, like I preach to my kids, then it will all get done and it's not as stressful as it needs to be, right? All right, so I believe that is about the end of this. So thank you guys so much. If you are still sticking around, I truly appreciate it. Again, let me know in the comments below if you are setting up your Christmas/December planner. Can't wait to hear from you guys. Talk to you soon, and I will see you in the next one.